My name's Dunnits, I do builds and stuff. Today I've got a Titan Glaive build for you with 2 sources of healing. This build is absolutely crazy. You can clear rooms with your super for a start with Synthoceps and the Strand Titan, but we're going to be taking advantage of the Warlock exotic Glaive with Restorative Turret and Banner of War. Both of these apply healing, and this build is going to give you 2 sets of healing via these 2 things, and you can literally go in and just shred things to bits with your Glaive and with your melees while getting 2 sources of healing. Now, when Heresy dropped, there was actually a supposed bug in the game. Bungie said that it was a bug that the only exotic class item glaives was available on all characters, and the exotics, and the class item swords as well. So they stated it was a bug at first, but in the TWID on Thursday, they have actually decided, if you look right at the bottom, we're going to let this one ride. A fun example of a bug becoming a feature. So this is why I've held off with making builds on these different sort of exotic glaives on different characters, because I didn't really want to put a build out straight away because it was a bug. But obviously Thursday, the Bungie have decided that it's going to be a feature, which is a GG from Bungie. It's a W, that is a big win. So I decided to have a little tamper with the Edge of Intent. This is a solar exotic glaive, formerly purely for a Warlock, but this is now for any character. It's got the restorative turret on there. This applies cure and restoration to nearby allies and yourself, obviously. It also applies scorch from the projectile damage. So basically how this glaive works, all these exotic glaives now, if you look at the bottom left, you're going to see that charged edge. You need to get 6 hits, whether that's a melee or a projectile hit, and you're going to get that special sort of exotic trait. So once you've done that, you hold to reload, pop your turret down, and that is going to apply cure and restoration to you and any nearby teammates. It only will go to you if you take damage. It won't keep sort of going to you. It will only heal you when you take damage. There was a few concerns also with this, because that actually got changed as well, the way the exotic trait works. So the 6 hits is very, very easy to do, especially with melees and projectile hits. That's all you have to do, and it just feels really good. You can literally roll infinite turrets out. So the healing from the turret is really, really good. You'll see here I stood in the laser on purpose just to see how much it actually heals you, and it's actually pretty solid. However, if you wanted to do some really hard stuff, that on its own probably wouldn't keep you alive. So what we decided to do was switch over to the Strand Titan, get Banner of War equipped. Now, Banner of War, we all know what this does. It raises a banner that pulses and heals you. So once you get a melee, sword or a finisher, you're going to raise that Banner of War, and that will pulse. Depending on the times of Banner of War you've got, whether it's times 1, times 2, it goes all the way up to times 4. And Banner of War is pretty easy to get. Like I said, a sword, finisher, or a melee kill. Bosh, look at that. You've got your Banner of War going. Pretty much, really not too much. You got a times 2. Anything over a times 2 is usually pretty good. Obviously, you want to be aiming for that times 4. Now, the interesting thing with Banner of War, it says melee kills. It actually works with glaives as well, so that's easy to forget. I almost forgot, and then I was reading it, and I thought, oh yeah, it does work with glaives. So you can actually raise your banner with glaive kills as well. So you can have your Banner of War and your healing turret, just like that. So you got 2 sources of healing. Now, the other aspect, you can have a go Drenga's Last, which is always helpful in my opinion. You can always put your barricade down, suspend things, that'll negate a lot of damage as well. Or you could use Into the Fray. Wherever you destroy a tangle, you're going to give you and your teammates Woven Mail. This is my preference, but Drenga's Lash is nothing wrong with that if you want to run that as well. With your Banner of War, either of them are fine. Now, exotics, there's a couple of different exotics, but the one that really stands out to me, it has to be Synthoceps. This, when you're surrounded, is going to give you increased melee and super damage, as well as improved weapon handling and reload speed. So this massively buffs your melee out, and it massively boosts your glaive melee damage as well. So it's crazy, and the super damage on this is absolutely nuts. But just for now, I'm just going to show you, this is the Expert Never. Now on here, this is what I'm saying, with that turret on its own, it probably wouldn't be enough in the Expert Never. As we know, capturing these plates is a right ball ache. You get a lot of things just attacking you. and the turret would probably maybe do you alright, but you'll see there I've got that Banner of War and the healing turret at the same time, and I was able to capture these plates very, very easily. Full health pretty much all of the time, and you'll see there when I got down to like a little bit of health, that healing, as we know in the Expert Never, the healing is severely reduced, so you'll see there back to full health, and all that time I'm just melee and I'm getting the extra damage from the Synthoceps on my Glaive. I'm raising my Banner of War with the Glaive as well. I've got that healing turret popping away as well, healing me, so it just feels really, really nice. I'm not going to go on record and say it's absolutely busted and things like that. It just feels very, very nice just having that 2 sets of healing. Obviously it's good for yourself if you want to do some solo stuff, but it's also exceptional for your teammates if you're running with like a duo or there's 3 of you can get one of them down, and everything that you've seen, your healing turret and your Banner of War, not only will heal you, it will heal your teammates as well. And with Into the Fray, you can also give yourself and your teammates woven mail just by hitting them with one of them tangles. So that's just another added bonus. Hold the line while surrounded. Machine guns and glaives gain increased reload speed, and final blows heal you, even more healing. And then we've got NooLvL, rapid glaive. Final blows grant special ammo, glaives, additional ammo, and blocking damage with glaives increases their melee damage to targets on top of the Synthoceps, on top of the Banner of War, which also increases your melee damage. You can very, very easily destroy major and tanky targets like this fella in the dungeon. You'll see that NooLvL blocked, get your Synthoceps procced, which is pretty much all of the time because you're surrounded, and you can just wreck these. Now don't forget, Synthoceps also improves your melee. Grapple melee is absolutely exceptional with Synthoceps, it always has been, and your glaive damage. It just feels really, really nice. It's easy to forget sometimes with all the new stuff coming out, but don't forget the Strand Super on the Titan with Synthoceps is actually busted in my opinion. It is so, so strong. You can literally clear out rooms with that super. I just wanted to throw that out there. It is absolutely insane. Just going to check some bits and bobs on the build now. Grapple is obviously really, really strong with Synthoceps. This also unravels, and you get loads of damage with your Synthoceps, and then because you're unraveling, we may as well take advantage of Horde Shuttle. You're going to be damaging unravel targets with your Glaive, which is going to spawn threadlings. Landed rapid precision hits, emits a severing burst from the target, thread of isolation. This also works very nicely with one of the seasonal artifact perks, Disruptor Break. It's a 52% damage reduction against enemies, which is absolutely great. Thread of Warding, picking up an orb of power. Grants woven mail even more survivability, really, really good. Plus that, and you're Into the Fray. You've got Thread of Generation, dealing damage generates grenade energy, so you're going to have loads of grapple, grenade to proc your Banner of War, and you've got Thread of Continuity, the Suspend, Unravel and Sever effect. Specifically, Unravel and Sever have increased duration. Flashover is just some things I like to run because you're going to get maximum bolt charge, doing extra damage via Defibrillate and Blast every time you stun a champion. So just 2 I like to run personally, as well as the other things you've seen. So once you've sort of got everything going, you're going to pop your healing turret just down there. Before you pop your super or something like that, just even more healing, or just before you go in, with your grapple like so, get that Banner of War going, up to ×2, ×3, you're going to get all that increased damage from Synthoceps on your grapple and your glaive. It just feels a really nice little setup. And like I said, with the exotic glaives on any character now becoming a feature, I did do a couple of sort of draft builds. I've got quite a few ideas. I'm probably going to focus on a few glaive builds over the next couple of days, over the next week at least, maybe try and get a couple of glaive builds out. So stay tuned on the channel. If you like the content, you like builds, you like quirky little combos, then drop me a follow or subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. It really helps it out. So that's the video. Let me know what you think. If you found it helpful, thanks for watching. Have a great day.